Football season and basketball season are both coming up, and I might have to make my way to a Wizards game when the Warriors come to town in November to catch Steph live and in person. It's super easy in the Game Time app. You just search for your game, click the seats, and you're basically done. I love Game Time's super deal that you can see the seats before you buy and that they have the low price guarantee.
Y'all know we're busy with two kids, but when we get time to get out of the house, we love going to live events, no matter what kind. I still remember taking Somi to her first basketball game, and it's something I remember for the rest of my life. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets.
The curation of Game Time Picks makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, or anything you want to go see live. They've got all-in pricing. You can toggle that feature on and show the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Got seat views, so you can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy, and the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time ticket coverage, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code JANJ, that's JANDJ, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
The NFL season is rolling along, and the contenders are separating from the pack. The one thing that hasn't changed this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, is the number one place to bet touchdowns. Fade to the corner of the end zone, running back breaks through the line and gallops 60 yards to score. We don't care how they get them. We want to bet on touchdowns, and DraftKings is the best place to do it.
Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player scoring a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. The Commanders lost a tough one to the Steelers, so you know I got my eye on their next couple of games to see if they can bounce back. And here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins and Jones on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Thursday, November 14th. And we are talking about the great digital migration today. We're talking about Mike Tyson. Paul, brother. Which Paul is it? Who's he fighting?
Yeah, fuck that nigga. He was a Trumper.
Jake.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck. Anyway.
We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. As always, Jenkins and Jones, hosted by Dragonfly Jonez, aka Tyler.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
That's at Dragonfly Jonez on X thus far.
Blue Sky him. Blue Sky that man.
At LaJethro Jenkins on Twitter and Blue Sky, aka John.
What's that, Bubba's?
I'm Gardy B, aka Guardabascio on Twitter and squatting on it.
Wherever Tyler goes. Wherever Tyler goes.
AKA Mike.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
And we're produced as always by the lovely and talented and diversely located Josh Rodriguez and Jackson Saffon.
How you doing?
Quick shout out to King Zoe in the chat. He said first time catching us live. He's
let's go, King Zoe.
King motherfucker.
Shout out, King Zoe.
Love that.
Let's go. All right. Well, you're here for
Let's
a
go,
good
King
one.
Zoe. Welcome to hell.
King Zoe's a fire ass name too, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. All right. So, is it happening, or is it just the 50th time it looks like it's happening? I got more friends than ever migrating over to Blue Sky. I know y'all are seeing the same thing. I know John has created a Blue Sky account. John, where's your head at? Tyler, where's your head at? Are we going down with the sinking ship as previously foretold, or are we joining? I'm going wherever y'all are going. So, you know, I've removed my willpower from the decision. I just hopped in Tyler's backpack and say, "You tell me where we're going."
Bro, like I've said so many times before, dog, I'm not a social media person. I'm a Twitter person. You know what I'm saying? I think people see that I've tweeted, you know, fucking 4 billion times and assume that I'm just obsessed with social media. Bro, MySpace and fucking Twitter. That's it. That's all I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? Like I did MySpace and everyone's like, all right, it's time to move to Facebook. I was like, no, I'm not going there. This is the same shit, right? Why do I need to do that again? You know what I'm saying? And then I feel the same way with this shit. Like, yo, I liked Twitter. I don't like social media. I've never had an Instagram. I won't ever get an Instagram. You know, I'm never fucking like whatever social media is out there. I'm just never drawn to it. It doesn't appeal to me. I like Twitter. I'm not a social media dude. I'm a Twitter dude. So, like I said, bro, I'm never going to another platform. I strongly doubt it. I don't know if I'll ever say never, but even if I do go to some other shit, it won't be the same. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, bro, like I know there is a mass migration going over to Bluesky. That's been all the talk, you know, on my timeline. But dog, I'm going down with the ship, and it's not out of loyalty. It's just out of like, you know, I just don't
apathy.
give a fuck. Yeah, it's out of apathy. I don't give a fuck to go anywhere else.
Apathy over loyalty. I respect that as a political philosophy in 2024. John, your counterpoint.
I mean, this is how I feel about it, man. Like, I feel different from other social medias. Like, Tyler, we met on Twitter. You one of my best fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mike, we met on Twitter. You one of my best fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Jackson, I love you. I would kiss you in the mouth if you were right in front of me. You need that? Josh, you get a kiss in the I kiss you right in the mouth too, my boy. You know
you're gonna end up playing gay chicken with John now. You opened a dangerous box, brother.
I'm telling you.
And he's not gonna be the one who swerves.
Gayer than me, dog. All right? I'll kiss your ass right in the mouth. But anyway,
my friend Pat used to play a game called Gay Chicken where he would sit across from you and put his hand on your knee and start sliding it up. And he won every time because he was like, I'll grab your dick before I lose a gay chicken.
Bro, I am so comfortable. And if I find out I'm gay, I find out. I ain't worried about that either. If I grab it and I like it, shit, well, I was supposed to be here, nigga. You know, I learned something about me. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I feel like this in different way, different from other social medias where like, I felt like, you know, Facebook was whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was actual friends you had, you know, MySpace, you know, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? But Twitter, I've actually made real life friends on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? People I'm really invested in. You know, Shells is the one that hit us and was like, yo, we over here with it. And I'm just like, nigga, I'm where the homies at. I might not be on that motherfucker like I am on Twitter, like I was on Twitter. I'm not really on it like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
You're not on Twitter like you were on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I might not be in the same way. It won't be the same, but I'll still tap in and want to have access to the homies and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm at with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm a be on that motherfucker like I was, you know what I'm saying, in 2015, where I'm just Twitter open, and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just not moving like that. I'm washed, nigga. You feel me? I got kids and shit, responsibilities. But
you're trying to live mindfully and appreciate each moment. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, dude, I tweeted yesterday, dude. I'm tired of my brain prior to smartphones. I miss my brain prior to smartphones. I miss that nigga. I haven't seen that nigga in so long. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and that includes social media. But anyway,
you miss your attention span and your ability to think deeply.
I miss being in the moment and being in a fucking moment. You know, the fact that I thought it was weird. I'm getting off subject. I thought it was weird that I even tweeted that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, why do I want to share the thing that I'm thinking about? Because I miss thinking about something and not sharing it. That don't make no motherfucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just feel I'm at where the homies at, and I would like to, you know, still keep those connections open to the people that I really fuck with. And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean?
I think
on that note, Rishi in the chat said, if Twitter really shuts down, Tyler will sit down for a couple weeks and come back like Brady. Where's your family, dude?
No.
And that's exactly right. It's not his family, but it's his. I want
to say this as someone who's known Tyler at this point for a while, and I think knows him pretty well. I think when I was just a fan of Tyler's, I would have had the same feeling of like, I can't imagine him not posting. Knowing Tyler, I don't think it's like Kobe at the end of his career. I don't think he'd have any problem with social media just not existing on his phone. I don't think that would cause him 30 seconds a day of, you know, like he has a whole life that's not on social media that a lot of people on social media don't have off social media. So like, Tyler has the homies in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. like I want to be clear. Twitter has been an extremely net positive for me in my life. Absolutely. I met y'all. I love y'all to death. You know, the internet homies I have on Twitter. I enjoy the community that I have built on there. I absolutely do. I value, you know, all the homies on there. It's a lot of good vibes on there. The bullshit that comes with it doesn't negate. But at the same time, bro, like I've always told you, like, if y'all don't see me tweeting, don't think anything's wrong. Life is great for me. Like, like that's how it is when life is going great for me. Like, if me and wifey are on vacation in San Antonio, in San Jose or Puerto Rico or some shit. I was in San Antonio. I was on vacation out there. Shout to San Antonio.
This was fun.
Yeah. I was thinking about Wemby dropping 50 last night. But
there we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like when I'm on vacation with wifey or me and wifey are doing a little weekend getaway, I do not fucking tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't see me tweeting, don't worry about me. Life is great, bro. I promise you.
I remember
when I'm bored. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when we were at South by Southwest, like the first time we went, and we was like, damn, we haven't tweeted the entire time. And I was like, I guess we only tweet when we don't have nothing else to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like like when we're enjoying ourselves, we're not thinking about tweeting. So yeah, I mean, I agree. But it's just having that connect, being able to like reach out to the homies and tap in with the homies ever so often. I think that's cool. Like, and I just like going to Blue Sky, typing in Dragonfly Jonez, taking the literal 38 seconds it takes to sign up. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a bad investment of your time. You know what I'm saying?
I will side with John on. I think you should squat on the account. And I did the same thing actually the day Chelsea hit us up, John. I went and created an account, you know, and I don't have the app. I don't see myself really ever being on there.
Not yet.
I'm sort of the same way Tyler is. Like, if Twitter goes down, that would just be an extra hour of my life every day I get back. Like, I don't see myself, like, at no point over the last couple years have I been like, I hope I can find a way to be here more or be on something like this more. So that's kind of my feeling on it. I did create the account just to squat on it, which I do think Tyler should do. I completely agree with you on that, John. Like, and I know this is not how Tyler thinks of the @Dragonfly Jonez account, but it is valuable.
It means something, nigga.
It means something to a lot of people, and you invested a lot of time in building it. So the idea
there's
of
niggas that know but Dragonfly Jonez, and don't know the original, nigga. You have, you know what I'm saying? I think there's this thing an artist says, don't borrow, steal. You have stolen that name. That name is yours, nigga. You stole it from Martin Lawrence. From potentially my favorite fucking show ever. You stole a character, nigga. That's how much, that's how much that name means to people, and that's how like much value is in that name now. You know what I mean? So I don't know,
Well, I do have breaking news. I did go ahead and reserve my name on Blue Sky.
All right, okay.
When did you do this? When did you do this? When did you do this?
Just now.
Okay,
while we were talking.
I saw him looking at his
I even posted a little message in the bio as a nice little Easter egg for anyone who wants to check it out. So
yeah, you motherfucker gonna make me go to Blue Sky right now. Goddamn. Tyler's writing on Blue Sky. Hold on.
Bro, I'm pulling this nigga to the side at motherfucking dinner like, Tyler, we need to talk. You need to do, and even your wife was saying like, yo, you need to do this.
You wanted me to get on Threads though. You were on the wrong side.
No. I said Threads and Blue Sky. I said Threads, Blue Sky. I said anything that there was a bunch of people were talking about migrating to a bunch of different places. And so I was saying these are the places where you should go to put your name so nobody can take your shit. You feel me? So I wasn't on the wrong side of history. You know what I'm saying? I was putting you on to a number. Blue Sky was one of them. And I didn't necessarily understand it, but I said you should put your name there too, because I don't want nobody to take your shit, bro. You feel me? That's how I feel about it.
Let me
I'm glad Mike can make it happen. I just had to get Mike involved, man. That's all it was, G.
But this is the thing about there being three of us. If both of y'all go to Blue Sky, I'm going to Blue Sky. If both of us tell Tyler squat on an account, you know what I mean? If Tyler and I tell you you're doing something crazy, if Tyler and I tell you you're doing something crazy, do you not listen to that shit?
I'm gonna chill out. It would take both of y'all.
I'm not gonna name any of the instances, but like
I will say this though. A lot of NBA Twitter, a lot of NBA Twitter folks are saying the basketball discourse is so much better over there because it's no trolls, which is something
people are saying it feels like, and if you look at the way they were smart. They didn't try to like reinvent the wheel. Hey, we're doing Twitter over here, basically. You know what I mean? And also, you know,
with a specific subsection of Twitter that we
it's
enjoy.
Twitter and it's not weird. I mean, we don't have to get them weird ass Trump shit with them AI fucking muscle niggas. You know what I'm saying? Selling t-shirts to me, nigga. Fuck that shit, dog. You know what I mean? That ain't for me. That ain't where I need to be at.
So I was gonna read two countervailing tweets about the migration to Blue Sky. Tarico Hairline, Trey James, I know is a listener to the show and a friend of ours. That's what he tweeted me. He said it feels like 2009. And he's like, that's all he's like, when I'm on Twitter, I'm trying to recapture that feeling of what Twitter used to be. And he said, that's what Blue Skies felt like to me, because it's just the people I want to talk to. And, you know, I think he's one of those people like us, like, he's not worried about his follower count or whatever else. He just wants to open the app and enjoy himself. And so he said it feels more like that. That's the pro. Here's the con from Miles Brown. I will not be at Blue Sky because no one funny is over there. If your social media platform doesn't have black people or young people having unhinged fun, then it's a flop. Stop coming over here to tell us you're going over there. Now, there's funny John's over there. There's funny people over there.
Tyler's not over there now.
But the funny people that are over there aren't trying to tweet anymore. like it's people like John. It's like, it's a funny person who's not trying to tweet 10 times during the Lakers game.
I'm just trying to, you know, stay connected with the community, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to restore my community.
Yeah. That's
true story. We do the 562 does a food. We participate in a food giveaway in Long Beach for Thanksgiving every year. Every time I just walk in there, it's just everyone's just looking at each other doing the Marshawn Lynch, trying to restore my community.
You gave us a classic with that one, man.
Classic, bro. So I don't know. I mean, I think that's where it comes from. I think my concern about Blue Sky is it is people trying to create something that probably doesn't exist when social media could be a certain way. And I feel like if Blue Sky gets good, it's going to get ruined in the same way. Like, I feel like the issue is the access and that people are horrible. And I don't think that there's any hiding from that in 2024, which is a more and more apparent fact to me, I guess.
I think the thing about it feeling like 2009 is it's not 2009.
Right.
Yeah. I don't necessarily want nothing that feels like 2009 in 2024.
I'll tell you,
I did a lot of work to not be the 2009.
You feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I did a lot of unlearning and shit.
So I get what you're right. Facts. You know what I'm saying? I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fuck with him hellas. And I guess it's the camaraderie part he's speaking to, right? But I'm also not that nigga. You know what I'm saying? No more. So.
But when Shell said, like, we're hanging out over here, I had the exact same emotional reaction you did, which is I go where the homies go.
I'm where the homies at. I'm always where the homies at. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's dry. Like, have y'all been to events? Like, I've been to hookah bars with motherfuckers, and I hate hookah. I'm not a hookah smoking ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the shit was dry as fuck to me. But I'm with my niggas. So wherever my niggas at, we gonna be having our little keying going on. You know what I'm saying? Even in a dry ass spot. One of my funnest nights was in a weird ass spot that was dry as fuck, and we was laughing at fucking everything in that bitch. You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of feel. Well, I'm where the homies at. You know, we gonna have our little fun. It's not gonna be Twitter. It just ain't. You know what I'm saying? But we'll have our little moments. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
The one of my favorite songs ever is the Kendrick song about peer pressure. That's the truest song ever about being a teenage or young male. You know, like just the stupidest thing in the world. Like, that's what we did. I don't know. Like, I'm with the homies.
Would you jump off a bridge if your nigga? Damn right. We jumping off the bridge. The homie, I ain't gonna be the one nigga standing on top of the bridge, looking at all my homies. Shit, fuck it. Let's see what time it is, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We with the homies. The fuck.
That's why it's 2 of the 3. If
my mom would ask me that shit, I'm looking at her like, do you want the truth?
I know what you want me to say right now. I'm smart enough to know what you want me to say.
And I know what I should do. But what I am going to do is different.
Oh, Lord. Anything else to say about, I don't feel like we solved it, but I feel like everyone said what they had to say. Any other thoughts, Josh Jackson, any other takes on Twitter versus Blue Sky? No. Okay.
I think Josh
that we got Tyler to at least make an account.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a win.
I have an account. I tried using it few months ago, and it just wasn't working for me. But I'll go back on. I mean, my whole thing with Twitter, I wish I could be off it, but what Jackson and I do, we need to be on Twitter to see breaking news information and things of that nature. So
also, Josh still got some scrap in him. You a little scrappy motherfucker.
I'm very scrappy.
You still like to throw hands every so often. I'm like, nigga, you just trying to see these motherfuckers still work, nigga. I'm like, shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm past that, bro. You still like to throw them things, nigga. I respect it.
I love a good debate. I love a good debate.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
John's gonna have a Creed type relationship with you over Twitter. Just like, I hung it up. It's just not for me anymore, but I can teach you some things.
I would love to learn.
All of Indiana jumps you. Hey, find the wall, nigga.
Okay.
At least that, find the wall. You have some on your back. You can see everything in front of you, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying?
I got you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, speaking of still having some scrap in him, LeBron James yesterday broke his own NBA record for oldest person to have 3 consecutive triple doubles, and he broke that record, I believe, by 4 years. I think the last time he did it, he was 35. He's 39 right now. Got a chance to watch that whole game last night. Got to see the ugly part of the Lakers and the fun part of the Lakers all in one game, with the comfortable win and then a disappointing loss and then a comeback win over the Grizzlies, all in one game. I don't know how you could put into words what Braun is doing to go 30 plus double doubles. I know we talk about it all the time, but there will be a day, and feel like I'm smart enough to know that it could be sooner than we want it to be. It could be any day when we don't get to talk about this fucking stuff anymore. And I want to talk about it while we talk about it, because I just was sitting there with Vinny last night appreciating the moment of this motherfucker's about to be 40 and he is dragging. Like, AD went out of that game with 5 fouls and they grew their lead by 7 points because of the way Braun was playing. Everyone's talking about Dalton Connect. Everyone's right to talk about Dalton Connect. 5 for 5 from 3. First time a Lakers rookie has ever done that. But Braun made that shit real easy for him. Like, he went point guard mode. He literally, you can see him like, you can go fucking run over there. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to fucking drop it to you. What else can we say about LeBron James? I did see one person on Twitter last night who said they changed their GOAT vote just based on what he's done the last three.
I thought we was past that. I thought you was at where you was at this point. Yeah, but that's tight.
I mean, one of the homies over on Nerd Sesh, one of our pods in the Vine family, he said he changed his vote. He's a Bron guy now. But yeah, it's just, listen, man, he keeps building and building his resume. We've never seen anyone do what he's doing at 40 years old, bro. Like, he turns 40 next month and and this season he is looking like a fucking top 5 player. Like, this is unprecedented, bro. We've never seen anything like this. And like I said, I've always said this, when it comes to LeBron and MJ and that discussion. You can say that LeBron doesn't have the legacy MJ has. You can say he doesn't have the resume MJ has. And we're talking straight up, who's the best basketball player you've ever seen? LeBron gets my vote, and I'm an old motherfucker who vividly remembers. I saw MJ as a teenager, right? I am old as dirt. I was in high school during his second three-peat run. I vividly remember Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan was my GOAT for like 25 fucking years, from like the 90s until 2016, when I said I've never seen anyone in my life watching basketball who could have done what Bron did in these 2016 finals. He's the best I've ever seen, right? And that's when my vote changed. It wasn't like some overnight shit. MJ was my GOAT for 25 fucking years, but shit changes. And like I said, I'm not beholden to having LeBron be the greatest of all time, forever. Like we talk about the homie in San Antonio. We're going to talk about him later, Young Fixins. He's got potential to be the greatest we've ever seen too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not beholden to guys just because they're my guy. Like, I'm legitimately giving you my unbiased opinion. And my unbiased opinion is I've never seen a flat out basketball player better than LeBron Raymond James Sr.
I remember talking in college, like at we called it a Nosh, you know what I'm saying? It was a cafeteria. We was just sitting in the cafeteria. And I remember like arguing with niggas about the GOAT, like ready to, like, it's Jordan. There will never be another Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I was
who are they saying was better than MJ? Because our generation was not on that shit.
But it was like I forget what the argument was about. But I was just saying, like, nigga, don't ever challenge Jordan's greatness type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a GOAT. He's been, you know what I'm saying? Like, breaking down everything. I ain't leave shit for nobody some years.
I know old heads who will still argue Dr. J over over.
It was young
would
niggas.
make those.
Yeah. But maybe it was niggas just poking me because they like to see me riled up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I remember.
How dare they?
How dare they? We talked like 22,
I would
23.
never.
You know, right. But yeah, I remember that shit. I remember like, dude, I'm damn near ready to scrap over motherfucking Jordan. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, like you said, 2016, it was like the stamp, bro. Like we're seeing this man do things nobody else can do, and we're still seeing it at 40. You feel me? Like I've just never seen anything like the man. You feel me? Like, and I feel like he was preparing himself. We saw him kind of like changing his game a little bit for this, like over seasons, gradually changing his game so where he could like pick his spots in particular ways. You know what I mean? So it's been incredible to see. But yeah, there's just nobody like him, bro. There's just and if you say Jordan's the GOAT, I'm at the point I don't argue with people when they say Jordan's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I was there. You know what I mean? But if you've really been watching his career, I don't know how you see this man and are just not completely amazed seeing somebody for this long do things that we just never imagined somebody doing on the basketball court. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're to the point where you're just appreciating and you're not too caught up in like the wins, losses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause it really is more right now. It's really like the wins are great. That's fun. But like just appreciating him. Cause like you said, at any moment, usually when these things change, they change really quickly.
I think that, if you've been listening to the show, a big part of what remains for me of sports fandom, and the stereotype is true. The longer you work in sports, which for me is 17 years as a sports writer, the harder it is to just be like a fan the way you were when you were a kid. Because you know too many people, you know too many stories, all this other stuff. But a big part of the enjoyment I get out of being a sports fan is the fatherhood aspect of it. And so that time aspect with Bron really hits very strongly to me, especially watching him celebrate with his son after he's
grown up with Bron too. We've all grown up with him.
We all grew up with him. And at this point, my son is 11. He will remember watching Bron with me. I remember watching Bron with the homies in college. Like, so, so you don't get a bridge like that in pro sports. I don't remember watching Brock Purdy with my friends in college. Like you don't get the whole life experience of rooting for and appreciating someone's game the way that we've had. And so for me, every year Bron keeps playing. We talk about this with the Dodgers set up the way they're set up. When I see Shohei signed an 8-year contract, I see Vinny's 19 when that contract runs out. So that's how I feel about Bron. Like, man, if this motherfucker really plays another year, he's going to play till my son's in 7th grade. I was in 11th grade when he started playing.
Crazy. And it's really interesting you said it because last night we had a very like 1990s night. Like I was like, yo, let's go to Cheesecake Factory and Barnes & Noble. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like, I was like,
yeah.
this is a very 2001 night. Fuck it. You feel me? Like, let's do that. I need a night like that. But I was tripping. When I was in there, I was tripping like, damn, I remember my first time at Cheesecake Factory. I remember going to Barnes & Noble with my mom. You know what I'm saying? I remember in college going like on Friday nights when shit was dry. I go to Barnes & Noble and just read a book. Nigga, I couldn't afford to pay it, so I would just hide the book and then come back. You know what I'm saying?
And Barnes & Noble was always very cool about.
Was very cool. Me posting up for 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So I would do shit like that. You know what I mean? But like, these are corporations. They don't have to worry about their knees and their back going out and shit. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker is the same way as a human in a sport that like this is a young that's a young man's game. He's doing this at that age. Like I have those type of memories where like, yes, I do remember being in college watching his high school games. I remember his first game in Cleveland. I remember that shit with my friends in college. And now I have a kid. I'm a whole family man. My life has changed 17 times during his career. You know what I'm saying? The gene machine came and went. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, life has changed so many times. Like, dog, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
there was a real funny tweet that's been going viral where someone posted some MJ highlights and they said the greatest there ever was, the greatest there ever will be, and someone quote tweeted them and said, Bron and put on a masterclass whenever tweets like this start going around. Right?
They get defensive. They get defensive when they say that shit.
And that's my thing about when I see young people, whenever I see a young person saying that MJ is better than Bron, like a 25-year-old or so, that always strikes me as odd. And I always just do like a quick search of their tweets. And you find out that they are weaponizing MJ because of Bron hate more than appreciating MJ for who he is, right?
Or they had a particular relationship with their dad or uncle or some shit. Yeah.
Because it's just LeBron has received a certain type of hate that I've never seen as a sports fan, where younger people are saying, this player from my generation is not better than this player from a previous generation that I never saw. Right. That just doesn't happen, bro. Like when we were growing up, no one was being a devil's advocate and saying Kareem was better than MJ. I never had an argument with the homies.
Not one time.
Not
one time in Southern California, in Lakerland. Not one time did I have that conversation.
Yeah, bro. Like, and I grew up a Knicks fan. MJ fucking tore my heart out every postseason, just about. And even I was like, come on, this is the greatest motherfucker we've ever seen, right? Like, it's just wild that you see, especially the youngins, weaponizing MJ because they hate Bron more than appreciating. And look, and if you're a youngin who is legitimately a student of the game, who's watched your film, who's hit the YouTube and all that, that is commendable. I truly mean that. That is commendable if you reach that conclusion based off unbiased research. But from what I've seen from the youngins who didn't grow up seeing MJ but saw LeBron their whole life, and they're saying MJ is better, it always comes back to LeBron. It never fails, bro.
Young people don't research anything like that, including school subjects they should be researching.
But the thing is, they'll talk about Jordan, but not know shit about Magic and say Steph is better. You're not researching the game. That's just hate. If you can't tell me anything about them 1987 Lakers, then I don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say about no MJ. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're researching that era, that time period, you should know the players within that time period. And if you're just watching highlights and want to hate on Jordan, if you like, people have come to me talking about like people outside, of Jordan and talking about the game outside of Jordan. Okay, then I'll respect what you got to say. But if you just a motherfucker that's just like throwing some highlights and some numbers at me, doesn't tell the whole story, G. Doesn't tell the whole story. So.
All right, let's talk about young fixins. As Tyler alluded to, had a 50-point game last night. I believe 8 of 16 from 3. If you're wondering how the transformation of the game of basketball is going, that's your line from a 7'6" dude who scored 50 points is 8 of 16 from 3. This was a moment, and I feel like Spurs fans and Wemby fans are going to need to cling to these moments as the franchise sort of slowly improves with him. But watching the highlights, what a game. And just, again, like we always talk about with him visually, you just couldn't go back in time and explain what that would look like to yourself when you were younger. But what did you think of Wemby's 50-pointer, Tyler?
I thought it was interesting, especially the 3-point aspect of it, because there was a whole discussion going on about, are the Spurs utilizing Wemby right? Are they utilizing him correctly? Because he's like top 3 in 3-point attempts per game and like bottom 50 and like shots at the rim for a 7'5" guy, right? Yeah. And then we saw him have this 50-point triple-double where he had 8 3-pointers. And I get why the Spurs are utilizing him in this way. Because why throw his frail ass down there and put all that wear and tear on him to get beat up in meaningless seasons right now? The Spurs, listen, you have a guy who's going to be the best player in the league one day, who all championships all championship aspirations are going to go through San Antonio. Why put the wear and tear of putting him down low and having him bang? Did you see what Steven Adams did to that motherfucker? Just hit him with a little forearm and knocked that motherfucker back like 6 feet. Look, he's
they should sit him. They should sit him against Steven Adams. I'm being pissed.
He ain't built for that yet. He's 20 years old.
At all costs, you feel me?
He hasn't put on his grown man weight yet. So I completely understand why the Spurs are not putting that wear and tear and having him bang down low right now. Why? For what? You're not a contender yet. I'm sure when the Spurs need to take that next leap and become a contender and seriously, be a contender who can possibly win championships, I don't think Wemby is scared of shit. I know he'll take it to the post when that's the next step that his game needs to make for the Spurs to become a championship. But right now, they're not there yet. And I completely understand the Spurs saying, why put all that wear and tear on him when we're nowhere close to being a competitor right now?
Also, that's not his game. He has the ability. And he'll develop more as he gets his grown man weight, gets it closer to 27 and builds up. You know what I'm saying? He'll develop that, but that's not his game. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a 7'12" guard, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck he is. So he's playing like what he plays like as a guard. So utilizing the potential. What makes him special is he's a guard that is not guard size. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, and also like you saying, like, why put him in the post, force him in the post for him to get beat up? And what makes him special is what he can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of things make him special, but one of his really special attributes is what he can do. You know what I'm saying? On the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let him continue to develop that.
All right. As a way of introing this next segment, I want to describe to you that we have a cat that likes to run into our room right before we go to bed and hide under the bed because he wants to be in the room when we go to sleep. We can't have him in the room when we go to sleep because he's still young and stupid and he'll wake us up. So the way I get the cat out is I get the laser pointer and I shine the laser pointer outside the bed.
Tried and true.
And the cat will come out looking guilty as fuck. Like, I know I'm walking into a trap right now. I cannot resist the fucking
I am
laser.
wired to kill small things that move quickly.
That is how I feel about how much I want Mike Tyson to beat the fucking dog shit out of Jake Paul. I know I'm walking into the trap. Well, like, I know I'm walking into the trap, but I still want him to beat Jake Paul's ass so badly that I might end up tuning into this shit on Friday night.
Dog, I mean, we've discussed before how it just was not a good feeling for us when we heard about this fight because there's so much for Tyson to lose. And, so much for Tyson to lose and very little for him to gain here. But some of the quotes that we've gotten from Tyson in the buildup where he was like, bro, I'm doing this for my kids who don't think highly of me at all. When I saw that quote, I was like, whoa. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, so he's gonna be fighting Jake Paul with old man strength, and the version of old man strength is the failed family man version of old man strength. That is the deadliest, strongest, most volatile version of old man strength there is. He got that divorced dad power up. Ooh. Like that is
ferocious ferocity.
That motherfucker is gonna be taking out, fucking resentment from shitting on his kids summer 1997 and shit on this motherfucker. So look, I hope I genuinely mean this. I hope that Tyson dismantles that dude. I hope it's not even fucking close. And something else that's kind of giving me hope is Roy Jones Jr. appeared on All the Smoke with Stack and Matt Barnes, and he was like, "Bro, when we were talking, for our exhibition, we agreed to not go full speed, not go 100%, but Mike ain't wired that way. He cannot do it." He was like, "Bro, those hits that Roy Jones like those hits that I was taking." Felt like they were from prime fucking Mike Tyson.
No, they didn't.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, but it's not. But go ahead.
But listen, bro. I mean, 75% Mike Tyson can still kill a man with the right place right up.
At the end of Roy Jones' career, you could blow on that nigga. He get knocked the fuck out.
Antonio Tarver changed everything for that dude.
He changed. But I don't want to take none from Roy Jones. Because I remember niggas that weren't boxing niggas was talking about Roy Jones in the gym. Everybody knew who Roy Jones was. The shit he was doing was amazing. You know what I'm saying? He was fucking wrecking niggas. Maybe the most athletic boxer I've ever fucking seen. But Tarver knocked his ass out once, and every time you touch that nigga, it would seem like he'd fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? And for Mike Tyson not to be able to touch that button, that worries me. You know what I'm saying? Personally. But, you know what I mean? I do hope he wrecks that nigga, but he's a 50-year-old nigga. I feel like the only reason Jake is taking a fight, like, because people think of him as Iron Mike, the only thing that's similar to Iron Mike is his name. He's just a nigga named Mike Tyson now. He ain't Iron Mike. I wouldn't fight the nigga for sure. You know what I mean? He will wreck me, but his fists are as big as my head. I met the nigga. I'm like, God damn, these measurables are crazy. You know what I mean? But I just feel like that nigga Jake be eating shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? We got, a lot of them MMA niggas. The nigga from I forget the dude from St. Louis, but I forgot his name. But the nigga that had, Woodley, had on the dude wipe joints, yeah. Tyrod was knocking motherfuckers out in the UFC. I'm talking about sleeping dudes that was known to be bangers, beating their ass up. He couldn't sit that motherfucker down. He walled him a couple times. He couldn't sit him down. So I don't know. And he's what, 20 years younger than Mike Tyson? You feel me? So I don't know. I'm not too confident in Mike. I pray I'm wrong because I do not like what I was at one point I was cool with like I'm not tripping off of this. Jake, whatever. It's fun. No, I do not like what he's doing. It seemed like he respected the fight game for a while, and he was trying to really get better. He's fighting a 50-year-old Mike Tyson, bro. This is ringling. You know what I mean?
Somebody asked him at the press conference yesterday when we can expect him to fight, to actually get into a contention ladder or something like that. And he called the reporter a dumbass.
It's just like, bro, dude, you've been playing in our faces the whole time. And now we see it's just a game. I'm not really fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And you just, cherry picking these niggas. I don't know, man. I'm not really excited to see a 50-year-old Mike Tyson get into it with a 20-something-year-old motherfucker who's bigger than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That just doesn't.
I understand where you're coming from.
Man, Mike used to knock motherfuckers out bigger than him all the time. That's one of his strengths is that he's smaller than motherfuckers. He could get up and them fucking limbs were shorter and got more velocity on his swings.
We talking about a nigga that was top tier, like his athleticism. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fucking 50. Like that, they changed it. 2 rounds instead of 12 rounds, it made it 8. It made it 8. Instead of 3-minute rounds, it made it 2 minutes. They're making changes because Mike is old. They're changing boxing because we'll clear it if it's this way because this nigga is old. Like, come on, bro. I mean, I'm like, and I hope he knocks that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Because I just despise this nigga in so many ways at this point. You know what I mean? But it just seems like it's stacked against Mike. And shit been stacked against him before, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
I'm like the most casual of casual boxing fans. The only boxer I've ever been interested in was Mike Tyson and video of Muhammad Ali. So I'm probably the exact target demo for this. I'm an older millennial who's like, I want to see the older guy beat up the young, annoying internet guy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what they marketed the shit at.
In the movie, he would have beat his ass. He would take some... This ain't a movie, though, nigga. A lot of time the dickhead wins, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about that. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Tyler has a theory that I think is a great theory about why there's a company that's trying to start up basketball Topgolf, basically. That's like a shoot around, the same format as Topgolf. Order your wings or your beer, whatever else, sit around and do a shoot around. Tyler, can you explain why you do not... Topgolf has been wildly successful, obviously. Can you explain why you do not think Top Shot or whatever the fuck they're calling the basketball one will be successful?
Jump Shot. I think they're calling that shit Jump Shot. That shit sounds like some shit from a cheesy ass movie. But I think this is why Topgolf is fun, bro. Very few people golf. And of those very few people that golf, very few golfers are delusional about how good they are. Right? Golf is a sport that forces you to be honest with yourself. There's no one you can point the finger at but yourself with golf. Now, with basketball, a whole lot of people hoop, and a vast majority of hoopers are delusional about how good they are. And I think that Topgolf appeal is that it's some shit that people do not do often. And people know that, hey, I'm terrible at this because I never do this, or I golf and I have healthy expectations of how good my Topgolf outing is going to be, right? No one goes into Topgolf taking themselves seriously, really. People are there to have a good time. But with fucking basketball, if you're doing like a jump shot of a basketball version of Topgolf, you are going to get the rowdiest, loudest, mustiest motherfuckers. You are going to get arguments. You are going to smell armpits. You are going to smell Heineken breath from motherfuckers yelling. You are going to see people trying to live out their broken fucking 2007 state semifinal dreams out there, bro. It does not sound like a good time for me because it sounds like you're going to be surrounded by people who are taking this shit way too seriously, and they're not even good at what they're taking seriously.
What's the idea? Like, what are they trying to, like, what's the setup for it?
I'm sure it's gonna be like some jump shot type shit.
It's like it'll be like Topgolf, but there'll be individual bays where you have your own hoop, or whatever else. And I imagine they'll gamify the floor or something like that, to make it look more like Topgolf, something like that. That's my. So it'll be like a live shooting competition type of a thing. Okay. I would hope I would hope it's not set up for people to run ones. Because if it is, it's going to be ACLs strewn around that motherfucker like rubble.
There's no way.
They're gonna have like
way.
drinking and all that type of shit going on.
Yes.
You for sure gonna have to sign a clause before you do that shit. like they are not gonna pay you a fucking ACL bill, dog. I promise you.
For sure.
The Heineken breath was the best detail of what you just threw out there. But I want to tell a story, which is Dan Munson coached at Long Beach State for 700 fucking years. Dan Munson launched the Gonzaga, what now exists at Gonzaga and everything, right? Mid-major, one of the mid-major guys. Dan Munson always would tell us, because when he was at Long Beach State, they would play Duke, UNC, they would play like elite programs. They would take a lot of bye games. And he would always tell us the hardest game to coach was the first game after every player on your team found out they weren't a first-round NBA draft pick. Because every player on the team, he said that's the difference between women's basketball and men's basketball at that time. He said the women's basketball team, half of them there to get education, some of them there to fulfill their childhood dream. The goal was D1 basketball. So every NCAA basketball player in America thinks that they're going to get drafted in the first round. And he said, we're at a mid-major. These kids know what their rankings were, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they go play Notre Dame for the first time. Notre Dame had a center the first time he told us this that was drafted in the first round. And he goes, and that, they find out, oh, that's what it looks like.
Did they not play AAU ball?
But they think it's what Tyler said. It's a level of delusion associated with basketball.
They thought they was Dalton Connect.
I don't. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think it exists. Or this coach wouldn't give me wouldn't put me in the right situation. And I think it's different in basketball because in football you have a physical. You have to physically acknowledge this motherfucker whooped my ass. From ninth grade on, right? From Pop Warner on. Oh, this dude who's at the next level that I'm not at. I could feel the difference of what that feels like. Golf, like you said, golf, baseball, smacking you in the face with your own failure. Basketball is just that right middle zone of delusion. You know what I mean?
Man, they don't swing the ball enough for me, man. Coach ain't scheming up enough for me, man. You can point the fingers at a lot of people.
Coach ain't fucking with me. The refs are, that's my move. The refs are bullshitting today. That's not an offensive foul. Like, I've heard all that shit 200 times. And like you say, hearing it with Heineken breath, bro, that does not appeal to me.
Man, they hacking, bro. Come on, no, you're just not good. You're just not good. Damn. That man did not touch you.
You missed the layup, nigga.
You guys sound like me after I have a shootout with Young. Making up excuses.
All right.
I won't make an excuse if you beat me. Period.
I give you that, but you would admit that you're wired differently than you would have been when you were the target demo for Jump Shot.
Oh yeah, nigga, come on. Fuck you mean? If I would have lost to you at like 25, we would have played 1,000 times. Hey, nigga, I'm like, ain't no fucking way, dog. You know what I mean? I'm in the gym putting this much work in and lose to this nigga. Not because it's you, because it's a nigga. I wasn't supposed to lose to nobody in the shooting competition. The fuck. Anyway.
All right. Tyler, before we get out of here, it is Thursday. There is actually a great Thursday night football game on tonight involving your Washington Commanders, 7-3, playing the Philadelphia Eagles at 7-2 for the lead in the NFC East.
Oh, yeah.
This is the misery that you avoided for the last decade plus that has now been bestowed upon you. What are your expectations and how excited versus not excited? Are you regretting jumping all the way back in now with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders?
Oh, no. I'm stress-free, honestly. The thing about Thursday night games is we all know the wear and tear usually get bad football, but our quarterback is 14 years old. I'm not worried about that, bro. like we are good. I am stress-free. I think he's going to put on an incredible performance tonight. I have zero worries about that.
You got Tommy Pickles lining up under
Hell yeah.
Are you worried about a man on the other side playing quarterback that some true lunatic on Twitter has dubbed the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL?
Right. So, yeah, he called him the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL because he has 20 pass TDs and 20 rush TDs. And I'm basically the connotation is we've never seen a dual threat quarterback this good, and that's a goddamn lie. No, look, I think Jalen Hurts is a great player. No shots, but bro, He's not the best dual threat quarterback we've ever seen. He's the fourth best dual threat quarterback to wear an Eagles jersey. He's not seeing McNabb. He's not seeing 20
That motherfucker was throwing a pass fake. McNabb was throwing a pass fake over the field. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, he's not seeing Cunningham. Like, look, and
he's
the
not the best dual threat quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. He's at best the third best dual threat quarterback in the NFL right now.
Like Lamar, you can make the argument Lamar is the best we've ever seen. You can't make that argument to me about Jalen Hurts. Respect.
Right. And it's no shots to Jalen. The kid's only 26. His best football is ahead of him, I'm sure. But nah. He's not the Shohei Ohtani. Shohei's doing some shit we ain't seen since goddamn 1928. Like, people, baseball players are not that good at pitching and hitting, bro. That's just not something that happens in modern day baseball, especially modern day baseball where black people are allowed to play. You know, so no, we're not gonna do that, bro.
I feel like Hurts is like he's a hitter who has both speed and power, or a hitter who can hit to the pull side and the opposite side or something. Right? Like, if you want to talk about a Shohei Ohtani, Travis Hunter being an elite, a draftable player on offense and defense, that's some shit we haven't seen in football in quite some time. He's a top tier receiver and DB. That's very unique. A quarterback that could throw and run, that was unique when Steve Young did it. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. I thought that was
also, just don't compare nobody to Shohei. Why are we even trying to do that? Why are we even doing the mental gymnastics? It's not gonna work, baby. The math is not gonna math. Put that shit down. Leave that nigga alone. He is truly 1-on-1. So that's crazy.
All right, that's all the time we got. I'm looking forward to that Manders Eagles game tonight. Should be a good one. And we'll break down that and all the other weekend sports stuff on Sunday night when we are back live, and we will see y'all then. Bye.
Bye.